Afternoon. It's the 16th of May. It's 5 p.m. Just doing a daily analysis for the London session. We're going to be looking at the British pound and the US 30. If we go into Forex Factory, we can see that there has been a bit of news. We're looking at this here. It's just gone. It's 3:30 in the morning. And it would have come about an hour and a half ago. And so we can see that there has been a little bit of movement, but we can't really see that until we get to about, in this section here. We can see that there was this massive drop to the downside. So if we go back to the daily, and then just to reiterate, there's nothing until 8:30. Until the core retail sales come out. So that's going to be in 5 hours. So we're looking at about 10 p.m. So nothing until then. On the daily for the British pound, we're still right in the middle of this uptrend overall. Moving to the 4 hour, we can zoom in and we can see we are right on the edge of this trend line. When the news broke, you can see that it has bounced, hit this, and now it's buffering at this 1249 zone here, where I've got this this demand zone, so to speak. So it's kind of just buffering around there. So we'll see if it really does collapse through, and maybe we have a change to the downside overall, and this little downtrend that we're having here may continue. But outside of that, overall we're still quite bullish overall still. Sorry, I'll just zoom out of this. If we zoom in closer on the 1 hour, we can see it's actually broken through. And so it is actually a little bit to the downside at the moment. We can see this here. It obviously broke to the downsides, hit this demand zone, and has come up, hit this supply zone, and come back down. So we're in the middle at the moment. Like I said yesterday, the movement is just not as aggressive, and so I'm more than happy to sell at this zone and to buy at this zone. So if we do get a buy, this is a really high probability trade. You can see how much of a flaw this had, and so I would expect that to repeat. And so outside of that, the next below that, we're kind of looking anywhere in this zone here. And so if it does fall through this, it's just going to hit this one here, and we can just essentially get in again and get out for break even. So interesting to see how this kind of goes. We can kind of get rid of that because this is what happened. Quite a bit of movement, which is nice. This is kind of what we're looking at today. This happened while I was driving home, so wasn't able to do any trading. Currently right at the median. As you can see, I've put these in. Basically, my plan with all these grey horizontal rectangles are my supply and demand zones, with and without the bands. And so basically, if I was to sell, this lines up right with the median quite perfectly. That's a really high probability trade. If it breaks through that, then this is the next supply zone, and so I'll just get in there. If it comes back down to the downside, we're going to be looking at basically in this zone here, so close to the first riverbank, and then probably break through in line with this here or this demand zone here. So that's kind of the zones that I'm looking at for the British pound. If we go to US 30 very quickly, okay, so as we can see here, we have broken out of this uptrend and we are back to the downside, ranging between 33,000 and 33,500. On the 4 hour, you can see that the movement is a little bit more than the British pound. So as you can see here, probably high probability trades is to sell. So when it comes up to this demand zone here, this supply zone, that's probably a good sell, and if it breaks through, this is your next opportunity here. But yeah, all in all, probably looking at, this is on the 4 hour, so somewhere down in that zone here. And then if we are going to be buying, the take profit will be quite small. Zooming in onto the 1 hour, we can see we are in this downtrend. It's a little bit more profound. You can see that it's hit this demand zone that it's been hitting for the last week or so, and it's just been rejecting and then coming back into this zone here, and then playing within that, which is kind of good for us. And so it's just done that, and it's smack bang right in the middle. So at this stage, happy to sell and to buy, but overall, if I had it to choose, a sell is probably going to be the way to go. As we can see what's happening right now, as it's going to the upside, I would like this here is a very high probability trade, like around this peak here. But outside of that, on top of that, we're kind of looking at that there, like that's quite a nice trade as well. So right now, before any of this happens, just by this second demand zone, second supply zone, that's kind of what I'm looking at there. Yeah, outside of that, down here a little bit lower because of the overall downtrend. Probably try and trade at this second band would be a better trade. So we can see that there lines up with this peak here. So that's going to be a high probability trade. I don't need to take heaps. Just around this zone here, maybe $200-$300, and in this zone here, I can take. Not that I will, but I can take my take profit out a little bit more, and instead of it being $200-$300, maybe it's $400-$500. But yeah, nothing crazy. Just taking small profits. We'll kind of see how we go. But yeah, that's my daily analysis for Tuesday the 16th. We'll check back in tomorrow morning when we do an end of day review. Thank you.